So hi everyone, thanks for joining this session. Uh, Let me introduce myself. I'm a Renuka Kelkar. I'm the Flutter developer at the Alta Flora, based in London. I'm the Google developer expert for Flutter and Dart, and I'm the founder of the Tech Power Girls community. And along with this, I'm the organizer for the GDG London group and the Women Tech Maker ambassador. So thanks for joining this session with me. So I'm giving a little bit about my community. So Tech Power Girls is the tech community specially created for the women who are having like a 5+ years of gap in their IT career, and when they want to join the IT world. So we help them to learn Flutter from the scratch, and we train them, we help them to make confident and get back to the work again. So this is our initiative for the women, and we really got a really good response for this initiative. So for that, then we have just expand our initiative. As I'm an Indian, and I see that the many students from the rural part of the India are struggling to get back to the world. So they don't know about Flutter, they don't know about the latest technology. So for that, what we have done, we have started teaching Flutter in their local languages in the rural part of the India. So we teach in Hindi, we teach in Marathi, in the different languages, and they started learning Flutter through us. So this is our initiative is expanding now. So let's talk about the today's topic, that how to secure your web application with the multi-factor authentication. So while we as a developer, we always working on to create the code and more focusing on to have a UI and the logic. But sometimes we miss out the basic approach or the essential aspect of the app development is the security. Like a security, ensuring your app is as most important than to adding any new functionality in your application. So there are some ways where you can use ways to do the secure your Flutter web application. So first is we will go through one by one. So first is secure storage. So normally, oftenly you can see that the people are using storage. You can use the share preferences to use the key value pairs and store some strings and the API keys in your application. But sometimes what happened, it has some kind of the risk to store these things in the share preferences. Sometimes it's you can see these like API keys in your code, like while doing the reverse engineering. So it's the better way to do to secure your storage, API keys using this package Flutter Secure Storage. And one more thing is that it supports the Flutter Web. There are many packages available in Flutter Dev, but not every package supports the Flutter Web. So this is a really plus thing that you can use this package. The second thing is code obfuscation. So what is the code obfuscation? Basically, the code obfuscation is a process of modifying your app binary into the format that the normal human being cannot read this. So it make the harder for any other people to read your code. But how to do this? This is the thing is already there for any web application or any mobile application. But what is the role of these things in the Flutter Web? So Flutter Web doesn't support this code obfuscation, but don't worry, there is some other way to do this. So when you do the Flutter Web application and when you build in the release mode, so it always do the minified the project, and that also have the same kind of functionality. So it is automatically done for you. So you don't need to take care of that. So this is the another option. Then certificate pinning, every web designing or whenever you access any web application, you can see that there is a HTTPS. So that S is stand for the security. So for that, any Flutter application, you can do the certificate pinning that secure the connection between the server and the client. So that is also help you to secure your application. The main point here is for this talk is authentication and authorization. So what is the authentication and authorization basically? So authentication is the process where you have to prove your identity. Let's consider I want to go to the New York to attend any conference, and then I want to show my passport at the airport that yes, I am the Renuka who is traveling to the New York. So that is the same way for to show your identity on when you access any application. So this is the authentication. The other side is that the authorization. So what is the authorization? Basically, if you can think about, let's say, hospital management system. So every role in the hospital management system have the different access. If I am a patient, then I can access the data of my own medical reports. I can't access the other people's record. But if I'm a doctor, I can access my patient records as well. So this is the role-based access. If you want this kind of functionality in your application, then you need to think about the authorization. So do you have the real access to access the particular information in your app? So these are the really important concept when you think about the multi-factor authentication. So again, like every time, we have this concept that multi-factor authentication, and what is that basically? When you adding the multi-factor authentication in your application, that then you have to prove your identity multiple times in your browsing when you are browsing your app. So why this is really most important functionality? Let's say I am developing any medical application or something, and where I have logged in through that app and I gone somewhere and someone can access my record. So I need to prove myself that, okay, I am the person accessing this information. So you have to prove multiple times that, okay, this is your identity. So there are many ways, you can have the SMS verification, then you can have the face detection, or you can scan your fingers, the fingerprint. So these are the different types you can implement in your application basically. So the industry like a fintech or the e-commerce or healthcare, this is an important, really important feature, having the MFA in their apps. So I can show you the one case study that everyone you are using the WhatsApp, but in a last 6 months back, there is WhatsApp is heavily criticized for to share their data with the Facebook family, and many people has dropped there from the WhatsApp and they are using any other platform. So why this happened? That everyone wants to secure their data whenever we access any application. So that's why then WhatsApp thinks that, okay, now this is the time we have to add the 2FA for all their users. So I think you can see that every application needs the 2FA or MFA for their applications. So what is the picture for the Flutter here? What are the different ways or how you can implement the 2FA in your Flutter Web applications? So there are some ways you can do it with this. So first I am going to talk about the auth-O. So what is the auth-O? So auth-O is a serverless backend for the authentication and authorization. So when you think about to integrate auth-O in your application, you need to understand some basic concepts. So what is OAuth or what is OpenID Connect? So OAuth is a industry standard protocol for the authorization, where it will give you the access to the user to give the third-party access to your application. You can think about you are giving access to the Google or the Facebook to sign in through the Google or sign in through the Facebook in your application. So that is the case. The other thing is OpenID Connect. It is the authentication protocol for to get sign in with the the ID tokens or WT tokens for that. So these are the two concepts. If you really want to deep dive into that, then I can share some link with here. So you can go through that links as well. But When I think about auth to integrate it in my Flutter application, then I think that they will give you all the setup what you want. Like they are giving you the UI for all the sign-in flow, and they are giving the privilege to make the changes of your UI as well. Like you want to have the branding, like what are your color of the products or what are the logos. So you can integrate that in your application, and you just plug in that auth in your already ready-made application, and you just go on. So this is like a plug-and-play kind of thing. So if you are really interested to work on this, here is the, I'm sharing the link for the tutorials. I think Majid has created all the tutorials related to the how you can integrate auth in Flutter Web application. So you can go and check this link and just follow the tutorials and integrate auth in your web application. The second thing I want to talk here is the AWS Amplify. So what is the AWS Amplify? The AWS Amplify is a complete solution for any development, like a front end, web, mobile, Flutter, Android, anything. So where you can build, you can deploy, you can host everything in easy way, like a full stack application with this AWS. So there is also support to do the authentication with the Flutter applications. So they have two things, like AWS Amplify CLI and AWS Amplify Library. So Amplify CLI help you to create a backend, and the Amplify Library with some UI kit, you can easily build the front end for your application. Right now, they are supporting the web and desktop for the developer preview. They also have the same as auth. They have their inbuilt UI ready-made for you that you can just plug in and play with that. They also give you the facility that you can design your UI from the scratch. So you don't need to use their templates. You can develop your own, and you can implement the AWS Amplify authentication with your application. So I'm not going to deep into that. If you are really interested for that as well, here is the link for the article from the AWS team. The Sally, he is also the friend of mine. He has created this article to help us to how to integrate the authentication flow with the Flutter web and the mobile application. So these two things you have seen that it's very much easy, right? So I want to talk about my story now. So 6 months back, I started a new job in Altaflora. And my first task is that I need to develop the application from the scratch on the Flutter web. And I'm very excited. When you start anything from the scratch, you are really excited to develop that, right? And the first thing for any application is like to create a registration and sign-in flow. And I said, oh, that's a good thing. And it's easy peasy. I can do that, right? So that is my case. And oh, I have just developed everything, started designing whatever my designer had given me the designs. I just convert that into code, and all this stuff is done. I have just implemented Firebase, and everything is done. But as my company is dealing with the patient data, then my boss said, oh, hang on. You have to implement, like we are developing the MVP, but still for the MVP as well, they want MFA to the application. Okay, though I never done this is before, so this is new for me, how to do that. So I started like any developer who wants to try the new things, always go on the Google and search it, like how to do this basically. So I just go and search it. Like first time I see that, oh, Firebase doesn't support multi-factor authentication. I said, that's it. So whatever my happiness, it's already gone that time. Again, I have to think, oh, how to do this thing. So I done so much research on that, and then I found some solution that normally what happened if you do like there is like a more communication in the community that do you really want Flutter Web to develop your application or not? And then again, does Firebase doesn't support MFA? Do you really want to go ahead or not? I thought like why you are just spending time on the problem? Can we not spend time on the solution? So we searched on this and we found some solution. And that is like, again, happy moment for me that let's see how to do that. Like a Firebase plus identity platform and Flutter all together, you can develop the multi-factor authentication. So that is like a good thing for me. So what is the process for that? So like as I told you that it is a combination with the Firebase and the identity platform. So what is the identity platform? The identity platform and Firebase are both are giving the same functionality, they are giving the same features, but identity platform has the more extra features than Firebase. So these are the MFA kind of thing, they are giving more extra than the Firebase. So this combination I am trying to here. So first thing is that to configure MFA on Firebase console, you need to do this configuration and MFA required email verification. So you have to enable that in your Firebase console. You have to enable the SMS multi-factor authentication enabled in your Firebase console as well. Then you have to do the same thing for the identity platform as well. You have to configure that as well there. So these are the two requirements. First requirement that, and then the normal flow. Like you start creating registration, then you can integrate the Firebase with that. Then once you have click on the register submit, then you will get the email and you will get the link from the email where you can verify your identity. Like it is like a first factor of MFA. Up till now, everything is going very smooth. I'm very happy what I'm doing. So that is thing like I have created the screen for the verify your email and that done. Then I just got the message that your email has been verified, and then set up the second verification. So I started that, like I have put it all the code which is related to that, and I asked like have the phone number, enter the phone number, then you can verify the phone number through you will get the SMS code and you can enter that SMS code through that and just go on. So like a normal developer, when you do the registration flow, you are happy. Sometimes you think like, okay, now I can copy paste, I can reuse my code and I can do the login. Like a one day thing, okay, I'm done. But it is not like that at all. When I do start the login flow, so when I understand that, again, Firebase doesn't support it, then the identity platform support it. How I can do that? Then again, for the sign-in flow, I need to use the API from the identity platform, integrate that, and I have to do the same thing again and again. Like I have done this two-step verification again. Like then what happened that I don't get like when I start basically logging through my Firebase, and when I started signing with my identity platform, and that both are not talking to each other that time, and there is some problem. I can't able to sign in through my application, and then I need to find again what I can do for this, and then I found that I need to create some cloud functions to run that, and through that I can talk to each other like kind of thing. And this is the way I can just again sending the phone info to the cloud function, and then you can create a custom token from that, and that you can return back to the application. So these are the whole process going on, right? As I'm talking now, I'm just talking, and I'm like, you people are also got bored. Why is she talking so much, right? The same thing happened to me as well. And I always wish to have like why Firebase not supporting MFA? Why like this is a basic functionality to have the login and registration feature for each and every application. And we want support for this, right? So after that, when I write this, all the presentation, I was creating this talk, and I got to know that, oh, now the Firebase has giving a support for the multi-factor authentication. So I thought, okay, now I have to add the new slides to my application. So that's the good thing. So what is the next flow? Like what is the next flow? How do I implement that? Is it like a same way or it is like an easier way? So I have like here the people are from the inventors are already sitting here. These people have done the amazing job and they have created supports the like a Flutterfire supports the MFA. And I'm going through this his article and I just want to go through this and I will show you the what are the steps required to do this MFA when the Firebase supports the MFA. So first thing is, which is very similar what I have done before, enable the email and password provider with the Firebase console, then MFA with the Google Cloud Console, the same steps are there. Then select the enrollment pattern for the MFA. So you have to think about that, what is your requirement? Like what is the requirement of your project? Do you want MFA for the registration, or do you want MFA, it is like not mandatory, it is not compulsory. If anyone wants to have it, or you can just keep it. Or you can like have some functionality from the account itself to manage this. So these are the different patterns, they have it. You can choose as per your project requirement. So this is the thing. Then to enroll the second factor for the user, what is the process for to do that? So first thing is that you have to re-authenticate the user. And after that, you can have the same process, but like a minimum steps. Like you get the multi-factor session from the user, verify phone number with the multi-factor session, and after that, you will get the SMS code for the user and to create the phone credential. And using that phone credential, you can create the enroll the new factor, like a second factor for that. So these are the like a 4 step, and you are done for the sign up. And same thing, signing user with the second factor. You can just have the signing user with the second factor where you can catch the error, and in that error you will have the resolver and the hints, and which you can help to do the second factor verification. So these are the like a very simple steps and you are done. So I'm really happy that Flutterfire and Firebase team has supporting the multi-factor authentication and reduce the work, which is really important for any application. So this is my story, this is my journey to learn the MFA, how to enable the MFA in your application. So I would like to ask the question, how many people of here like who are already done MFA in their project, and what is their experience? Is there anyone who has integrated MFA in their application? No? Then just try it and just share your experience as well. Definitely. I hope I have shared my journey of implementing the MFA, and that's it. You have successfully signed up with the user with the 2-factor authentication.